I felt it was important to create a video on a sensitive topic, but one that is extremely important. Savings. What is savings? I like to keep definitions for things stored in my head that keeps perspective on what goals I'm trying to accomplish. I like them to be as simple and to the point as possible. One of my favorite examples of this is Warren Buffett's definition of savings. In Berkshire's 2024 annual shareholder meeting, he made a remark that savings is deferred consumption. Unless you have a job that pays you very well, in most cases this means that the individual who is saving must sacrifice consumption or sacrifice spending money on things that make them happy. This is obviously hard to do when you are accustomed to certain comforts in life. My grandfather would ask me when I was a boy, "When you grow up, would you rather drink cheap Pabst Blue Ribbon beer every day for the rest of your life? Or would you rather wait and drink the finest red wine you can enjoy when you are old?" I never saw my grandfather drink even once. When shit hit the fan, he was the guy everyone called because we believed 1000% he was the most reliable and capable person to have your back when you needed it. People who understand deferring consumption have the ability to control themselves so they can provide consumption for others in the future. So I know what you're thinking about investing. I don't have money to start doing this, I hear you, but that's a good thing. If you had just started buying stocks without educating yourself first, you would have lost money. Paper trading accounts allow you to practice placing trades and simulate using real money to buy stocks. I think this is one of the most important keys to gaining real experience in placing trades and managing a portfolio. It's fake money, so if you lose, you can hit restart. Say you were training to be an airline pilot, I think you can agree that a flight simulator would be enormously effective at gaining experience and boosting your confidence in operating an airplane. I'd rather crash in a flight simulator over the real thing any day. Furthermore, when you lose, you will start to understand why and how to fix it. If you would have gone out and just started with real money first, you most likely would have lost some, and you wouldn't have understood why you lost money, and your experience would have reinforced your belief that it's not possible for you to be successful at this. I cannot stress enough the importance of educating yourself and gaining experience every single day to get better. It's not possible to learn all of this stuff in a day or a week or a month. But if you give yourself a year's time horizon, you will be amazed with the progress your life has made. The journey never stops. Here is another Grandpa Meininger story. I remember calling him one Sunday afternoon on my only day off I had in a while. I had about $10,000 saved up in a savings account, and I knew he owned stocks. So I asked him, "Grandpa, how should I invest this money so it will grow?" He told me to use some of that money to buy books and keep the rest in my bank account. At first, I felt like this response was almost a slap in the face. I was offended in a way because it felt like he wasn't impressed and he still thought of me as a young, dumb kid. I can't remember my response exactly, but I know I wasn't happy and I wasn't scared to let him know when I disagreed with him. His response to me was always the same when I got a hair up my ass. He would say, "Shut your mouth and listen and you might learn something." He said, "You need to establish 2 portfolios. The first portfolio is a portfolio of knowledge. You invest your money in books and experiences that you can learn things from. You will build this portfolio with the information and knowledge you gain. With this knowledge, you spend a long period of time learning and the money you save in this period of time along with your 10K, and you will then build your second portfolio of assets. The number 1 rule to investing is don't lose money. And at the very least, if you do lose money, figure out why and learn from your mistakes. Do not stop. In the middle of writing this, my wife, son Colton, who is about to turn 8, and I took a trip to Philadelphia. We came across something in a museum Benjamin Franklin wrote that is basically the same message I'm trying to convey here. It is a rebus called The Art of Making Money Plenty. A rebus is a puzzle in which words are replaced by combining pictures and individual letters. It is very clever in its design. It seems to me that he spent a great deal of time thinking about this topic, as I do. If you would like to solve the puzzle on your own, you should stop this video and do so now, because I am about to spoil it and give you the translation. It doesn't matter to me if you get the message from him or I, but I do recommend doing both in no particular order. In fact, he's right here. I'll let him tell it to you.
At this time, when the general complaint is that money is so scarce, it must be an act of kindness to inform the penniless how they can reinforce their pockets. I will acquaint all with the true secret of money catching, the certain way to fill empty pockets, and how to keep them always full. 2 simple rules well observed will do the business. First, let honesty and labor be thy constant companions. Second, spend 1 penny every day less than thy clear gains. Then shall thy pockets soon begin to thrive. Thy creditors will never insult thee, nor want oppress, nor hunger bite, nor nakedness freeze thee. The whole hemisphere will shine brighter, and pleasure spring up in every corner of thy heart. Now therefore embrace these rules and be happy. Ben Franklin.
Now let's get to the nuts and bolts of savings. Remember my definition of savings. Defer consumption. Plain and simple, this sucks. Going without the little things that you enjoy that you spend small amounts of money on is the only move here. I'm sorry, but you must sacrifice now for the future. I don't have a formula for a set dollar that you should be saving. Just ask yourself how determined I am. How much am I willing to sacrifice now for later? It's going to take time to accumulate. Be patient. I knew realistically I would be able to save more some months than others. I wanted to get the maximum result, so I only spent money wisely on childcare, books, shelter, groceries, and gas. To this day, I have the mentality that I'm broke and to only use what I need. I don't seek out material items. When it comes to owning things or buying things outside of those categories, I look at it like this. I wait for opportunities to buy cool shit at a discount. I believe that if I need or want something, if I am deserving of it means that I am working hard, learning every day, and I have put my family's needs before my own. Whatever your belief is, whether it's God or the universe, opportunity will arise for you to own cool stuff at a price that makes sense for you and your budget. Don't get bent out of shape about what kind of car you have, or what watch you want to buy, no matter how much money you have. Just have the mindset to consume only what you need and become a collector of dollar bills. So how do rich people or wealthy people make money if they don't go to a regular job every day? When you invest, you are deploying dollar bills to go out and work for you. You will be making money while you go to your day job, when you're at home, on vacation, while you sleep. If you go to work every day and give your time for money, by investing, you are now using the money you have to buy back time in the future. Because in the future, as the investment grows, you won't have to spend as much of your personal time to make money. After a while, working will become something you do for fun and not because you need to. There is only one of you to go out and work every day, and there are only 24 hours in a day. This caps the potential amount of money you can make. The more dollar bills you send out to bring back a return gives you an unlimited potential to make money. They blindly followed my grandfather's advice, and I bought the books he suggested and started using my spare time to read. After about 6 months, I realized something about myself changed. Somehow, the more books I read, the amount of money I was saving per month grew. I certainly didn't get a raise. How in the world is this possible? Then it clicked. I'm spending my spare time on these books instead of spending my money in my spare time. This was a surreal moment for me, because in that same time frame my grandfather passed away, February 29th, 2020. I was thinking about him, and I remembered that phone conversation with him and what he said about what I should do with that 10K I had saved. I'm convinced that that advice he gave me was the one single perspective that changed my life. I made the right choice to follow his advice. I'm not going to claim this was the best advice he ever gave me, because he was very wise and I managed to do a lot of dumb shit, but it certainly was up there. Some of the best lessons in life are subtle. If you wonder what those books were that he suggested, here they are. The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, The Little Book of Common Sense Investing by John Bogle, and One Up on Wall Street by Peter Lynch. The book I'm adding to this list is Poor Charlie's Almanac by Charles T. Munger. I found this book on my own, months after he passed. I'm not sure if my grandfather read this book or not, but it reminds me a hell of a lot about the kinds of talks my grandfather would have with me while I was growing up. I would advise anyone interested in starting the journey of investing in your future to take the time to read these books and absorb them. Don't be in a rush to get to the point where you are hitting a buy button on your phone, because that's where you think the journey begins. The successful journey begins with educating yourself and growing your knowledge portfolio. Trust me, there are loads of opportunities to make money in the stock market every single day, but you won't see them if you are not educated on what to look for. You need to know what to look for and have set rules that you use to operate and be consistent. I believe if you actually achieve wealth, you should leave most of it to charity when you die. Deferring your own consumption to provide a means of making a difference on this earth is my ultimate goal. There is an enormous sense of pride when you go from nothing to something in this world. You learn about yourself when you fail and fail until you succeed. I believe that when I die, that would make me have satisfaction with the life I've lived. I plan to leave my children a small amount when I pass away. For my son, I would not rob him of the journey overcoming failure and becoming successful. I will leave these lessons behind. I believe he will do much better than myself because he is special. Let's recap and look at what you should take away from this video. 1. Save money. Spend less money than you make. Suffer for a while, it's okay, and put it away in an account somewhere and don't think about it. 2. Study, read, and learn. 3. Practice in a simulator. 4. Journal trades and take organized notes. 5. Learn from your mistakes. The difference between you succeeding and not succeeding is not giving up and how much you apply yourself, mainly by learning every day. Please like and subscribe.